Snoop Dogg is one of the most recognizable and influential figures in the music industry. For more than 30 years, he has remained a constant presence in hip-hop culture, evolving with the times while staying true to the laid-back style and charisma that made him famous in the first place. From his early collaborations with Dr. Dre to his chart-topping singles like Gin and Juice and Drop It Like It's Hot, Snoop has built a legacy that stretches far beyond music. He's an entertainer, a businessman, a cultural icon, and above all, a family man. Because of his fame and long-standing career, Snoop Dogg's life has always attracted public attention. Fans feel connected to him not just through his music, but through his personality. He has shared glimpses of his personal life over the years, whether through interviews, social media, or reality television appearances featuring his family. That openness has made many people feel like they know him on a deeper level. So when headlines begin circulating about something tragic happening within his family, it's only natural for fans to feel concerned. Recently, viral rumors began spreading online suggesting that Snoop Dogg had lost a granddaughter. Social media posts, sensational headlines, and comment sections quickly filled with speculation. As often happens in today's digital age, the story traveled fast. Many people shared the claims without verifying the facts, while others expressed confusion and worry. When news about a beloved public figure involves loss, especially the loss of a child, emotions understandably run high. However, it's important to pause and look closely at what is actually true. In this case, the viral claims about Snoop Dogg losing a granddaughter are not accurate. There is no verified information or credible report confirming the death of a granddaughter. The confusion appears to stem from a heartbreaking event that did occur in his family several years ago, the loss of his infant grandson, Kai, in 2019. To understand the situation fully, it helps to revisit what happened. In September 2019, Snoop Dogg's family experienced a devastating tragedy when his 10-day-old grandson, Kai Love, passed away. Kai was the son of Snoop's son, Cord Broadus. The news was confirmed by family members at the time, and it was met with an outpouring of sympathy from fans and fellow artists around the world. Losing a child at any age is an unimaginable pain. Losing an infant, just days after birth, is a kind of heartbreak that leaves families grappling with shock, grief, and unanswered questions. For Snoop Dogg, who has often spoken about the importance of family and the joy his grandchildren bring him, the loss was profound. Though he has always maintained a composed and positive public image, it was clear that this tragedy deeply affected him and his loved ones. In the days following Kai's passing, members of the family shared heartfelt tributes on social media. They expressed their sorrow, but also their faith and gratitude for the brief time they were able to spend with him. Snoop himself posted messages that reflected both grief and spiritual strength. Rather than focusing solely on despair, he leaned into themes of love, unity, and trust in God. It was a reminder that even in the most painful moments, families find ways to hold on to each other. Over time, as often happens with celebrity news, details of that tragedy became blurred in the public memory. Social media has a way of recycling stories without context. A headline resurfaces, a clip is reposted, or someone references an old event incorrectly and suddenly a new wave of confusion begins. That appears to be what happened here. The old tragedy involving Snoop's grandson was misrepresented or misunderstood, leading to inaccurate claims about a granddaughter. This situation highlights a larger issue about how information spreads online. In today's fast-paced digital environment, news travels instantly. Anyone can post a claim, and within minutes it can reach thousands or even millions of people. But speed does not guarantee accuracy. When it comes to sensitive topics like death or family tragedy, misinformation can be especially harmful. For celebrities, public scrutiny is part of the job, but that doesn't mean they are immune to pain. Behind the fame and fortune are real people with real families. When rumors about loss circulate without verification, it can reopen wounds or create unnecessary distress. Imagine dealing with private grief, only to see inaccurate versions of your family's story spreading across the internet. It's also important to remember the impact on extended family members. Children, parents, siblings, and spouses may see these rumors. They may have to answer questions from friends or strangers about events that never happened. In cases involving the loss of a child, even minor inaccuracies can feel deeply hurtful. Snoop Dogg has always been vocal about how much his family means to him. He often shares photos and videos of his grandchildren, celebrating birthdays, holidays, and everyday joyful moments. He speaks proudly about being a grandfather and about watching the next generation grow. That visible love is part of why fans feel protective and concerned when they hear troubling news. The 2019 loss of his grandson Kai was a defining moment for the family. Yet even in that pain, they showed resilience. Cord Broadus, Kai's father, shared a message expressing gratitude for the time he had with his son, describing him as a powerful presence in such a short life. The family leaned on faith, love, and each other to navigate the grief. While they did not turn the tragedy into a prolonged public spectacle, they allowed fans to see a glimpse of their vulnerability. Since then, life has continued. The family has celebrated new milestones, welcomed additional children, and created new memories. As with any grieving process, healing does not mean forgetting. It means learning how to carry the memory of a loved one while moving forward. When false rumors surface about another child being lost, it can overshadow that healing. That is why it is so important to clarify there is no verified report that Snoop Dogg has lost a granddaughter. The only confirmed tragedy in recent years was the heartbreaking passing of his infant grandson in 2019. Situations like this serve as a reminder of the responsibility we all share as consumers of information. It's easy to react emotionally to a headline. It's easy to hit share without double-checking the source. But taking a moment to verify details can prevent the spread of misinformation. Reliable news outlets, official statements from family members, and credible sources should always be the foundation before accepting a claim as truth. Celebrity culture often blurs the line between public and private life. Fans feel invested, and media outlets compete for attention-grabbing headlines. Unfortunately, that environment can sometimes reward sensationalism over accuracy. A dramatic but incorrect headline may attract more clicks than a careful, factual explanation. Empathy is crucial in moments like this. Whether someone is a global superstar or a private individual, grief is universal. The loss of a child or grandchild is one of the most painful experiences a family can endure. Even discussing such topics requires sensitivity. Snoop Dogg's public persona is often associated with humor, creativity, and cool confidence. But those qualities do not shield him from human emotion. Throughout his career, he has shown different sides of himself, from businessman to coach, from entertainer to spiritual believer. The loss of his grandson revealed yet another side, a grandfather navigating sorrow while trying to stay strong for his family. In interviews over the years, Snoop has emphasized the importance of unity and love within his family. He has spoken about wanting to break cycles, to build generational wealth, and to be present for his children and grandchildren. Those values make family milestones especially meaningful and family losses especially devastating. The spread of the recent granddaughter rumor underscores how easily narratives can shift online. A single misworded post can create a chain reaction. Once something goes viral, correcting it can be challenging. People remember the shocking claim, even if it's later disproven. That's why conversations about media literacy matter. Taking the time to fact-check is not just about protecting celebrities, it's about protecting truth. When we engage thoughtfully with information, we contribute to a healthier digital environment. For fans who were worried after seeing the rumors, it's understandable. Caring about someone you've admired for decades is natural. But the best way to show that care is by seeking accurate information and refraining from spreading unverified claims. Snoop Dogg continues to remain active professionally and personally. He is involved in music projects, business ventures, community work, and family life. While he has experienced real heartbreak in the past, there is no current verified tragedy involving a granddaughter. Ultimately, this situation is a reminder of two key truths. First, celebrities are human beings with families who deserve respect and compassion. Second, not everything that trends online reflects reality. When tragic headlines appear, especially involving children, it's worth pausing. Ask, where is this information coming from? Has it been confirmed by credible sources? Is there an official statement? Taking those extra steps can prevent unnecessary harm. Snoop Dogg's journey as an artist has spanned generations. His journey as a father and grandfather is equally significant, even if it receives less media coverage. The love he shows for his family is genuine, and the grief he experienced in 2019 was real. But the specific rumor about losing a granddaughter is inaccurate. As consumers of news and social media content, we have more power than we realize. Every click, share, and comment contributes to the visibility of a story. Choosing accuracy over impulse helps ensure that real tragedies are handled with the respect they deserve and that false ones don't gain traction. In moments involving loss, empathy should lead the way. Whether discussing a celebrity or someone in our own community, compassion matters. Grief is not entertainment. It is a deeply personal experience. Snoop Dogg and his family have already endured the unimaginable pain of losing baby Kai. That truth stands on its own and deserves acknowledgement. At the same time, it's equally important to correct misinformation when it arises. If there's one takeaway from this situation, it's that truth and empathy must go hand in hand. We can care about public figures while also respecting their boundaries. We can stay informed without spreading rumors. And we can honor real losses without amplifying false narratives. Snoop Dogg remains a cultural legend, a devoted family man, and someone who has shown resilience in the face of hardship. While viral rumors may come and go, what remains constant is the importance of compassion, accuracy, and thoughtful conversation. Thanks for the watching and subscribe.